This is the beginning of the 10th video of the 15-week challenge, and I've really turned a corner here. I know I keep saying this. It's like, how many corners can a person turn before you're just like going in circles? But I've decided I'm gonna go back to where I started, man. 11 months ago this week, with doing more raw vegan, probably 80%. But there's just a number of things that I've been doing, and it's been effective. I mean, and this is all tying into this fasting things. The fasting thing started the cleansing, and then it started me wanting like kind of a little bit different trajectory here. Yeah, not straight vegan. I mean, that's not for me. But I think I'm gonna do a lot of raw vegan. I just cleaned out the fridge and I've got stuff set up there. I've been watching documentaries for like 2 days, and I don't know. I'm just excited. Mellow. It's like it's like midnight, Sunday night. I've had the roughest few weeks, man. It's been slammed at work. I've been traveling cross country back and forth. I've had people out here for like a week and a half, and I've just had, I like just kind of hit the wall today, and I spent the entire day in the house, and I slept on and off. I slept a lot, and I needed it. I was, man, freaking burned out, losing weight, and now I'm back doing CrossFit, and just go, and the kids are not in school for the summer, so it's like there's just no break, and them being here together all the time is causing a lot of friction between them, so they're really super intense in their own way. Look at my hair. But yeah, man, I've lost a hell of a lot of weight. I went and redid my, I went to CrossFit yesterday, and when I went to sign on, it kept saying no member access, so I hit up Brandon and Andy, and Brandy's like, oh, you know what it is, after 3 months, like you get cycled out of the system. They says, oh, don't worry about it, just come on in, because I still had some classes left, so they reinstated it all. But it was interesting going into my account and looking at my picture from 6 months ago that I put up there, and it was a quote unquote good picture, and I still was like, wow, I have lost a hell of a lot of weight since then. But yeah, that's it, man. I'm gonna really move into this. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. I had a client come in yesterday from Australia, and they're kind of raw vegans, and it was kind of I don't know, God works in mysterious ways. And to be honest with you, the weird side of like doing somewhat of a ketogenic diet, it's like you're just eating all the same stuff that just feels like it's like heavy, and as much as the science seems to point that it's okay and it's cool and I feel okay, it's just like, sometimes like, for months eating just like bacon and egg and cheese and butter, and like just every now and then I'm like, Jesus, man, it just feels like everything I'm eating is so thick and dense and hardcore, and the last couple of weeks I've been like, man, I just gotta get like, I forget the carb count. I just gotta get some freaking fruit in me and some salad and something different, because it just feels like I don't know. And I could be, it could just be in my mind. It could just be, preconceived notions or prejudice. So I don't really, I'm not a doctor. I play one on YouTube, but I'm not a doctor in real life. But I have been feeling like, man, I just want to go back to like a kind of a little bit. And I mean, I really, there's a lot of things about the raw thing that I believe in. I mean, I've been following David Wolf for years, and I mean, this journey started, like I've said before, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, which I did months of juicing, and then at the same time I got turned on to Forks Over Knives, Fed Up, and the main one was Hungry for Change. So and it's got a lot of those. Well, they're all kind of, a lot of them are the same people are in all those shows. But anyway, I watched this documentary today called Raw for 30 Days or something, and where they took all these people with diabetes and they just basically sent them to that place out in Arizona, Dr. Cousins, like raw retreat or whatever. And literally they were all, for the most part, cured in 30 days. One of them was like type 1 diabetes, like his pancreas wasn't even working, and then all of a sudden it started pumping insulin. And then there was like, then they had like kind of a broke down long documentary by the same people. And actually the guy that was like the main, kind of introduced the video, a bit of the narrator of the video, was the kid in the 30 days raw video that was type 1 diabetic, and he was on an enormous amount of insulin, and I think he'd had it since he was like a child, and he was like 28, 30 at this point, and he narrates it, and he actually, at the end of the other movie, he enrolls in medical school to become a naturopathic doctor. So, he ends up being kind of the dude for the next movie. The next one is really long. It's like 4 hours long, really in-depth detail, really slow pace. And I gotta tell you, I freaking love that. I hate this Hollywood bullet point BS when I'm watching stuff and it's just like, and then there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this. It's like, man, I want this to sink in. Like, I want to learn. So I watched it almost to the end. I'm going to bed now, but I watched about 3 hours of it. And I've got pretty much everything already here. I'm going to go in the morning and just get some raw nuts. I want to get some more ripe bananas. Our bananas are kind of super yellow, and I don't know, they're just not ready. I had a bite of one today and it was like, not good, hard. But there you have it. 11 months, 75 pounds down. Probably got another 25 to go. Started back with CrossFit. Still gonna do some hot box. It was time for something different. I mean, kind of was doing the same thing for 6 months. I think it's just time for a little change. Still want to lift with Kyle though. Love that. And that's it. And I've been trying to help some people at this, and it's a lot of heartbreaking stuff with this. The fact that I've lost this much weight and that I'm still into it, and I've been going so hard for so long. This is a gift from God. And then my responsibility is to run with it. Because, God will do for me what I can't do for myself, but God will not do for me what I can do for myself. And, I'm responsible to get up in the morning and make this a priority and stay hard. And if I fall, to get back up and keep rolling, because I have not been perfect. But either way, I'm a hell of a lot better than I was. So this is week 10, and like I said in the other videos, this has been challenging to make these videos every freaking week because I really don't want to anymore. But I made a commitment to the guys. And of the guys, one guy already dropped out. There's 4 of us, and one of them I'm not sure how he's doing. He hasn't been giving me any weigh-ins or really. But 2 of the guys are doing really good. One of the guys has lost to 30 pounds. I think Josh Michael. I think he was 297 when we started this 9 weeks ago. 297? I want to say 297. He weighed in this yesterday morning at 271. And he's been doing the hardcore intermittent fasting and some carb cycling, and he's been doing the whole thing. And I think he's having some issues, like I don't know, something with his back. And then I know Vinny's doing good too. I think Vinny's down about 20 pounds, though I think he's got a hernia or something. I don't know, man. Everybody's, when you get into your 30s, 40s, and 50s, and you're 100 pounds fat, you're just, it's just all busted up shit going on. So we're all healing together. And yeah, we're all healing together, man. This is it's like it's a solo journey in a sense that at the end of the day, I choose what I put in my mouth, and I choose if I get my ass up and go to the gym, and I choose if I drink soda or I drink water, or I choose if I get sunlight or just stare in front of a fucking computer. But it's also really nice to have support. That was one thing in the big long video, which is like, I don't know, it was like raw diet documentary, and it's part 1, part 2. I think there's even a part 3. It's like 4 or 5 hours long, but homie is in it, Woody Harrelson, and he's I've seen him sprinkled into this stuff all the time. He's a bit of a raw vegan guy and healthy, and that's what he talks about. He's like, it is so crucial if you can get at least one other person on board with you, like get somebody at home, like your family member, your wife, your husband, boy, whatever, that's like into it, and keeping the kitchen cleaned, or at least having a little section that's your stuff, and somebody that wants to cook and prepare food that's appropriate for you. I've worked with a couple of guys just in this last 6 or 8 months who their wives weren't on board, and they didn't make it. And not that the wife is responsible, but this is hard enough whenever because my wife is on board. My wife is, she was at the beginning of this. She's a part of why I did this, because she was really, first of all, she works at a health food store and she eats healthy, and she's no Monsanto, no GMO, grass-fed, pasture-raised. She does a bit of vegan, and she's into it, and she's into cooking, and she's into juicing and all kinds of cool stuff. So with me, almost 300 pounds, and also she's got endless energy. I have no idea how she can do it. She gets up at 4 in the morning to go to work, and she doesn't stop till 8:30 or 9, and then she goes to sleep. But she is just nonstop. But and then me was the opposite. I'm like 300 pounds, living on Taco Bell and pizza, and if I'm not working, I am laying down. That's where I was. I was so run down and beat up and achy body, and my spirit was broken. My soul was broken. I was angry. It was like the word depression doesn't even broach. I was into hopelessness. And if I wasn't screwed on as tight as I am, which is not that tight in the first place, but if I wasn't, suicide sometimes was when you spend 10 years trying to lose. I have literally lost 500 pounds probably in the last decade, and put back probably 6. But After, I mean, how many resolutions can you make? How many times can you go out on a Sunday night to the store and buy all the good food and come home and throw all the old crap out and, buy a brand new scale and take, before pictures with a newspaper, what I mean? Because like, oh, in a year I'm going to lose 100 pounds and then I'll have, and, it's funny, man. I go through all this stuff on my computer, and I have 1,000 hard drives because I'm a record producer, and I'll be scrolling through, and so everywhere I look, there's some picture of me with a newspaper with no shirt on, fat, and it's like from like 2001, 2002 to like last year. Like I've done this 100 times. It's just I haven't ever had. I haven't found. I just never had the heart for it. That's what it was. It was never knowledge. It was. I never really lacked the knowledge part of it. It's not freaking that hard. Eat less, eat healthy, exercise. That's it. That's freaking it. And no matter what you do, if you stick at it, if you go, I'm going to do, ketogenic, carb cycling, or I'm going to do vegan, or I'm going to do, I'm going to do South Beach diet or Mediterranean, it doesn't freaking matter. Don't let anybody tell you it does. You do anything good and keep your calories at a point where they're cool, and you get your little gym membership or your stationary bike or whatever it is you're into, yoga, running, CrossFit, kickboxing, it doesn't fucking matter. You're gonna lose a lot of weight. You're gonna lose weight. The old adage, they say it in the thing too, I like it. She's like, there's a vegan lady there, like a chef, and she puts together cleanses and these big programs for people, and people always come to me, which is the best program? She says, is it your program, or is it his program, or is it that girl's program? What should I do? And she says, I tell them all the same thing. It's whichever one you can stick to. They're all good. It's all good. It's all fine. It's really, if you, the less food you eat that comes in wrappers, the frickin' better. That's it. Joey Glore said it in frickin' when he was working with Jordan on I Used to Be Fat. I'll never forget it. I watched it 1,000 times. I used to rewind this part over and over again. And he goes into the freaking kid's kitchen, just like every other freaking fat ass's kitchen. It's got a bunch of carby shit loaded with freaking MSG and aspartame and sugar. All this packaged crap, crackers and whatever the frick's in there, right? And he's tooling through it, throwing it out, and finally just looks at the kid and he goes, if it comes in a wrapper, you're not eating it. There you have it. If you just did that, there it is. There's all your sins. If you just stop eating fucking chemical-based government food and don't listen to them with their bullshit, their USDA food pyramid, give me a freaking break. That's a scam sales job. Don't buy into that. They don't have your best interest at heart. Standard American diet. Sad. So, that's a part of why I want to do this raw thing for a while, because I feel like, I'm still doing like so much. I'm just doing more processed shit that I don't want to do. I know how to lose weight. I know how to keep my calories. I know how to not do carbs in the morning. I know how to work out on an empty stomach, which is going to help me to lose weight and be healthier. But it's still, to me, it's not the pinnacle. It's good. It's good, but to me, for me, this is just for me. It's not for anybody else. And I've reached a point where it doesn't interest me what other people think all the time. Oh, we got somebody awake walking around. But it's not the apex. It's good, but it's not perfect. And I think Jake probably just woke up It's like midnight or something. And it sounds like he just went into my bedroom and now he's waking up my wife. Kids. Crazy. Jake. Let's see if I know my scenarios. Seeing as how I know my Oreos, let's see if I know my scenarios. What was that sound I was hearing? Oh yeah, he's gone. Jake.
Scared dreams of me.
Come on, buddy.
He's got scared dreams.
Oh, all right. We got scared dreams. Got up this morning and had squeezed lemon into water and about to get it on. It's CrossFit time, kids. What is it? It's 4th of July, Monday morning, 9 a.m. Hey guys, it is Thursday, July 7th, and I started another water fast last night. I've been doing a lot of research on this and studying from some people that do this for healing and not just weight loss, but for healing diabetes and cancer. Anyway, one of my good buddies is having a little bit of a health scare. So in solidarity, sometimes when people go through chemo, their friends cut their hair so they all have, shaved heads. For solidarity, I am doing a water fast with this dude. Because it really is showing that this is one of the most healing things we can do. Because dysfunctional and damaged DNA and mitochondria cells and all this stuff that is having problems all gets cycled out. It basically just gets kicked out of the body because the body doesn't want to have anything to do with anything like that. And what goes out with it is a lot of the toxins and just mutated cells that are cancerous get cycled out and regenerated fresh cells. So the work these guys are doing with water fasting and curing all these diseases is unbelievable. I mean, their numbers are blowing modern medicine away. Modern medicine is nothing compared to what these guys are doing. I mean, it's not like they say. It's not a miracle. It's just the way it is, man. So that's why we've been fasting for thousands of generations. So there it is. And I've been drinking Fiji water, and this morning I went down, there's a little juice place, which I'm not doing juice fasting, I'm doing straight water fast, and all I had was Smart Water. And man, when you've been drinking Fiji water, Smart Water tastes like shite. But anyway, there you go, man. So this is now, I guess, day 2, water fast. And the other thing I was going to tell you, my body is totally changing. It's crazy. I see kind of, I can see deeper into oh, this is what I'm going to actually look like when all this crap is off me. And I think also going back to CrossFit has been the best thing for me. I think it kind of has snapped my body out of a little bit of a slump it was in, because I was kind of doing the same thing for months and months and months, and CrossFit is a different thing. So it's been good. So I'm excited, and I'm going to be swimming and saunaing a lot. And doing long walks and getting sun as much as I can for the next probably 12 days while I'm doing this. So there you have it. Water fast. It's about the end of the day, week 10 of the 15-week weight loss challenge.